You of course have seen video from our studio, either live or otherwise, but how does it all work? And we're going to need to use all this equipment for an upcoming marathon. In fact, we're going to have to upgrade. That's where your Kickstarter donations come in. Now, let's take a look around and see, how do all these things come together? I have our resident tech guru, Michael, with us, and he'll explain. Michael.
Thank you very much, Keith.
Go on.
Okay, so this actually is going to be the third level of this server. And the server that we're actually
explain.
Using. So we started off trying to get your computer to handle all 4 cameras. So we record the room camera, we record each one of
many cameras.
We record each one of the hosts, that's you, that's Chemda, and guests, maybe sometimes Danny. And so we got 4 cameras coming into one machine, and that takes up a lot of processing power.
That's a lot of cameras, a lot of processing power.
We tried to get it all done on your machine while I was living in LA at the time, and
but that's so far away.
It was, but we almost made it work. I tried.
Almost doesn't cut the cheese. I just checked. LA is far. Explain.
Well, it was really hard because you guys need the studio during the day, and
True.
I need your computer, and I need the audio.
You're in LA.
I was all the way in LA trying to get
We're
this
in
to work.
New York City.
It was a long distance, so I needed you to set up the cameras, turn on the screensavers, because one of the challenges was getting this to record with real data.
Impossible. Or is it?
Well, it seemed impossible because every single night when you guys left the studio, something different was happening.
I am possible.
The lights were turned off, or the screensaver was kicking in.
Ouch.
And I didn't have any real data. I'm trying to set up the software to get real data because each one of the cameras takes up about 25% of the computer.
25 or so.
But if the room is dark, it takes up like 2%. So I don't get any real data.
But this time less is bad.
Eventually, though, we figured your computer won't be able to handle all the processing. There's just too much. 4 cameras recording all the time, streaming to the chat room.
Let's just quit.
It just wasn't going to work. So rather than quit...
Quitting's not an option sometimes.
Rather than quit, we ended up getting a second server.
Now explain to me, Michael, what we're looking at.
Well, we're actually looking at the feed to the other room. So we've got these cords here. These are the USB repeaters. These are the Ethernet lines that are taking the data to the internet.
Like an Ethernet line you use at home.
Like the one that you guys actually have at home. Actually, these are a little bit better. These are Cat 5e, so they can handle gigabit line and probably a little bit higher than that.
That's important.
And then we've got the audio cables here, so we've got backup in case something goes wrong. We can get some
Backup's
audio
important.
Yeah, we've had to pull off some audio a few times. So this cable here now, in order to tell which one is which cable, I've got zip ties, colored zip ties that identify
Smart.
each one. And
How much is a zip tie?
well, I buy them by the bundle, so maybe a couple bucks for
Smart.
100. And but that's and then each camera has a little sticker on it to let us know which connector it goes to. Now, in order to make this hole,
That's interesting.
we have to order this guy from Amazon. Luckily, we got it next day.
I wish that company well.
They saved the day, and
They're the best. Picture if a drone was delivering a saw in the air. Is that dangerous, Michael?
So this is the hole that leads to the server.
Oh, where does the hole go to, Michael?
Goes to the other room.
Let's go.
All right. It's not.
How do I get in there? Ah, out of the hole.
Oh, that's our hole right there.
That's what she said.
And that's where our wires are coming in from the studio on the other side.
Right.
We've got some extra wire over here in case we ever need to move the server. And this is the little server rack that I got set up over here, and our Staples mouse pad.
Like paper you might have at home.
It's very handy to have that there. We hardly ever use this station. It's only if I'm doing maintenance or working on the machine that I actually have to be here. Everything else can now be done remote through Keith's computer or my computer.
But it is important because a computer can't float.
Yeah, I don't know that if we ever do need it to float, it I guess can.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna show you the inside of the computer now. Alright, so one of the biggest things that we've got here is the fan. This case almost didn't fit this fan.
Fans are very important, or who will listen to you?
That's a good point, but this is a different kind of fan.
Oh.
This is a fan that's going to keep the chip cool because we're overclocking the chip. So we're taking it from what Intel sent to us, and we're saying we want to go a little bit faster than what you're...
We're better than Intel!
We're going to push things a little bit because we need to get all 4 cameras. The machine could barely handle about 4 cameras, and with the new machine we're going to be able to get a 5th feed out to YouTube and keep the live feed up on the homepage of the website. So when they're recording, during the last marathon we had some trouble getting that 5th camera out.
Oh no!
The new motherboard that we're going to get is going to be able to have 8 cores. This one has 6 cores, and
why don't they call them fatherboards?
I don't know. But this is the motherboard here, though. But that's a good question.
Thank you.
They actually also have daughter boards. I don't know why they don't call them sons.
It's none of my business. I'm married.
Probably that's relevant. But otherwise, so we're going to start everything. Sometimes we just want to do recordings. Other times we want to restart some stuff. But here we're going to start everything. And you can see the script that's running. It sends an email to Maricela to let her know that the recording is about to happen. Turns on the going on air sign at the website. So now everybody knows that we're on air if you visit the website. Turns on 4 different virtual computers from this computer. So now I already started the virtual
That's pretty
computers.
automated.
It's one click. One click starts everything.
Wow.
And so now the virtual computers are already turned on, but they would be firing up here if they weren't already on. And you can see as they turn on, we got Femde here.
Where'd she come from?
And we got all the cameras turned on right now, and they slowly fire up. And as the script continues to run, we're gonna get the chat room turned on. So here's the chat room. You can see that each one of the cameras are being turned on. Let me switch to camera 3 here, and what it does is it automates the clicks as if it's a person logging in. So it's turning on the camera on this virtual computer. So we got 1, 2, 3 virtual computers, full computers within this one computer. So it clicks the buttons that you guys would normally have to click to get into the chat room. And then it'll click this button, select the camera that it needs to come, and all this is automated through the scripts that I wrote. But what we're hoping to do is get that 5th camera
turned on.
And so you see here's the video camera. It's going to click OK, and then this camera will turn on. And so if let's see, it just takes a few seconds here for it to click. One of the toughest parts about automating everything is making sure that that the window did come up before I actually click on something, because I don't want it to break. So it's a lot of pausing. Pause for 30 seconds. Pause for 10 seconds. Wait for this to come up. And then this is a camera that they can check themselves in. So let's see if we switch to camera 4. That's us. So you want to make sure you look good on camera. That's it. Looking good. Looking good. And there's Danny. That's Danny right there. That's Danny. You're looking good. No, and that's the shot we want.
I'm gonna vomit.
And that's Hamda's butt. And then we got the room camera up here. So we got that one room camera up there again. And that's it. So now there's one more piece to it. Sorry, not that. There's one more piece. So when everything's over, show's over, all the laughs are done, we go back to, we minimize this and we turn off everything. Call it fin. So this will actually shut down the recordings, re-encode the video to the codec that we need, and then upload them all up to Amazon so that we have the files for Maricela to download them. It emails Maricela with special links that she's got so that she can download each one of the links. She downloads them, sets them up on her computer, and that's the process. And it's one click to turn everything on.
Let me ask you something,
One
Michael.
to turn off.
Now, we have a marathon coming up. Can it handle all these hours?
As it is right now, no.
Oh, marathon canceled.
No. We actually are going to get a new server. With the new server, we'll be able to handle all the hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why this Kickstarter is so important.
It's the most important to me because
It's kind of like important things you have at home.
I don't have to keep waking up in the middle of the night to make sure that the cameras are on.
We call you a lot.
Yeah, and I was getting just as much sleep as you guys were because the cameras kept failing, and it's going to make me the happiest part. This is the most fun for me, that the server's going to run.
So
and I
deep
can sleep.
down, let me say, Michael, you're welcome.
Thank you guys.